Welcome to Redemptio Christian School, a school located here in Taytay, Rizal, for students who might not have the opportunity to have a great Christian education. In the year 2007, I actually came out here and began teaching at an amazing school up in Antipolo. So I remember overlooking the city of Manila, and my father actually asked me at that time, hey, you know, this is an amazing school, but what are you actually doing for your Filipinos? And I looked at him and I said, what do you mean? I'm teaching here. And he goes, no. What are you actually doing for your Filipinos? And he says, since you're an educator, why don't you start your own school? Since I'm a coach, a basketball coach, I actually remember bringing my teams to this community, the Floodway, and I thought to myself, you know what? Instead of me teaching them, they're teaching me. And as I left a number of times after these camps, leaving the Floodway and going to Antipolo, I saw these kids on the street, and I thought to myself, you know what? Why aren't they in school? And so that's when it began. Redemptio Christian School has been around for 12 years now. We began with 18 students, free Christian school here in this community. And now, after 12 years, we have 180 students. Here is Ma'am Olive. She is our administrator, and she has been at Redemptio for 12 years. Yes, amazing. The faithfulness of our teachers, our staff, it's just really amazing. So what we do, we don't just have these families, once they leave, we find jobs for them. Not just education, it's reaching the community here. You have made a big impact in this, the lives of many of the families here, because you can actually see the hearts of these families change. And when I say that is, they see the volunteers here, they see these medical missions that come out here and help this community, and they ask themselves, hey, why would people do this? You know, why? And their hearts are changed because they see Christ in them. The dream, the vision that we have here for Redemptio is, since we purchased this lot here, we want to be able to add grades 1, grades 2, grades 3 here. And then in the next maybe 4 to 5 years from now, we can purchase the lot behind that and adds 4, 5, and 6. Our dream is to be able to start a school maybe up in Tarlac, a school up in maybe Bulacan. Why not start a school down in Palawan, another Redemptio? So the dream is big, but our God is bigger.
I was lost, and now I found community in here. I was searching, but now I found purpose.
I was lost and dragged my own darkness, but now I'm living in freedom and praise.
I was chasing the wrong things. I was chasing people's approval and validation, but now I rest in His affirmation.
God has been so faithful. He's been so kind to us that in the past years, He has done so many great things in our school ministries.
It starts in the pandemic, really, when we had 26 connect groups to start with. And now 5 years later, we're about to approach 130 different groups in our youth and young adults.
Someone who was actually involved in Movement Connects was this guy. Dottie. And if you guys don't know, he invited one of his blockmate named China. Randolph invited her to go to counterculture.
When I went to counterculture 2023, that was where it all started.
Wow.
The wounds that I covered with a Band-Aid that never really healed from years ago from sexual harassment was like unleashed. That was where I wanted to say that I wanted to heal.
Wow.
And the blood that should have been mine years ago, I realized that it was his instead.
Pastor Paul started this idea of Collab X, and there was this one class, someone showed up, and it was Kyle.
I'm there dun sa Collab X. Na-experience ko yung different kind of community. Tapos parang pag nasanay ka dun sa toxic community, tapos naranasan mo yung healthy, supportive, tapos non-competitive environment. Parang it hits different eh.
Then you met Jesus.
Yeah, I met Jesus. So from there, yung Collab X na class na yun, the next Sunday, umattend agad ako.
Pastor James Barber Tres, who is CJ's dad, he decided to move his whole family from Quezon City to Mandaluyong.
It was like a really big step for us. And then, nung nalaman namin na parang pagkaliko lang namin, nandun na yung school ko. Pumunta ako sa loob, umikot ako. And then, hindi ko pa rin nakalimutan yung prayer na yun. It was like simple, but it was powerful. Yeah. All I said was, God, plant a seed in my school. And then, just use me. Parang hindi lang doon nag-end yun. I started with doing prayer meetings.
The pivotal moment actually there in Highway Hills in that school was when Kiara had an idea to reserve the basketball court, do a mental health event. And we got this former high schooler who got saved online from Davao, Ali, to preach in the event. So like from someone who didn't know about Manila, she's now preaching in a basketball court filled with teenagers. You shared your story.
I shared about anxiety, my depression, family shedding blood to my forehead to offer me to some gods. And I have no hope left where I wanted to kill myself overdose. That's where I met God. And He poured out His presence to me while I was listening to the song Oceans. From that moment on, I started searching for like songs until it led me to like online services, and that's where I found Favor Youth.
Borge over here, who also got saved last year, September.
I was invited through a GC by a friend. And then, one altar call, sabi mo pas na yung mga may anxiety, go to in front. And then, Kuya Roder prayed over me. Then, dun ko na-realize and then na-experience yung real love of Jesus. And then, that love will cause you to change. And then at that time, I start doing my Devo, start sharing to words to my classmates.
A few months ago, Borge preached to our entire church. 1,000 people in there.
I actually love Randolph's heart. He's bringing church outside wherever he goes to. One day, he was at a convenience store and he saw a high schooler named Mitchie.
Sobrang random niya. Kasama ko yung friends ko. Kasi ang plano namin, after ko ma-invite ni Kuya Dot, kasama sila. Tapos biglang, suddenly, hindi sila sumama. So ako lang mag-isa. So, nung nasa jeep kami, kidnapin ata ako. Kasi, onti lang kami sa jeep. Nung nakapasok na kami dito sa studio, sobrang, church ba to? Nung nag-preach na si Paspol, sobrang tandaan ko yun. Kasi after yun ng counterculture, sabi niya, don't waste your encounter. Then, tumatak siya sa akin. Tapos, after ng Saturday, sunod-sunod na yung mga friends ko na sumama. Tapos, outreach, sabi ko kay Kuya Ed, gusto ko mag-invite din. Then, yung mga friends ko, tumulong sila mag-invite sa labas ng arches. Tapos, dumami yung arch. dumami yung teens.
And I love that Mitchie took that to another level when you began to lead events. You reserved the basketball court, Dane, and you both led an event in there where Aldrich attended for the first time, not in church, but in a random basketball court in Pasig.
So, I was invited by a friend in school. To be honest, the only reason why we came, ang tropa ko, kasi sabi may pagkain daw.
May pagkain.
Tapos ayun, Miss Scramble. As Kuya Charles invited us to Saturday service, so we came. Fast forward, I was baptized and now serving in VIP.
All of these stories are just a few of the stories of many amazing people who were spared by God, by the grace of God. I am a product of youth and young adult ministry, and if not for the grace of God, if not for the redemption of God, I wouldn't be. I was lost and insecure like many of you. Grew up in a household where something traumatic happened to me when I was 12 years old. My father was a jeepney driver, committed suicide, but because of people, churches, pastors like Pastor James and Kate, who tirelessly believes in people, especially in young people. At that time, I was very young, invested in us. stories like what we heard today are being turned into good.
Yeah.
One of the main things that we use in schools are mental health outreaches, which is a product of what God has done in my own anxiety, depression, in the history of our family. And I'm believing that through many of the events that we're gonna do, we're gonna see pastors raised up from public schools and private schools, government officials rise up from high schoolers, college students, that they will begin to take influence in this nation. They'll become healthy parents, and we believe that we're gonna see a legacy that echoes through the young people of this nation, because we're not the next generation, we are the now generation.